welcome back to my channel. Today I'm so excited because I'm going to be choosing my May TBR using my TBR jar. So I've seen so many booktubers do this and it seems so fun to me, and I've had my TBR cart for probably like 6 months now and have not done a TBR jar video. So there's no excuse for me. I'm gonna do one now. This is my first time doing it, so I just looked up some prompts on Pinterest and I think these are some that I've seen a few YouTubers do. So we're gonna see, hopefully this isn't boring to you guys, but it's gonna be fun for me because I've never done it and I really need to get to these books. And because I haven't chosen books using a TBR jar, it's making me not want to pick these up and pick up books on my Kindle. So hopefully this is going to motivate me to actually read these books. So I'm probably gonna be ambitious and choose 6 prompts. I don't know that I'll actually get to 6 books in the month of May, but we're gonna try. We're just gonna see what happens. All right, let's pick the first prompt. A classic you've always wanted to read. Gosh, I think there might only be like one classic on my TBR. Okay, so the one that's sticking out to me is, okay, no, I have a few. Okay, so Great Expectations is an option. This book just screams winter or fall to me though, and it's literally May. I just don't know that I'm feeling this for May, but that is one option. Maybe this is my time for The Hobbit. Okay, so it's really the cover that's making me feel like I can read this now, because I still think if this book is a fall or winter read. Honestly, classics in general I think of as more fall or winter, but this could be a good option. I mentioned this in my last video, but I read Lord of the Rings in high school, but I don't really remember a lot about it, and I just want to read The Hobbit. I think I would like it if I got into it. I've gotten into a lot more classics over the past couple years, so this book is a little bit intimidating to me, but I do want to try picking it up. So maybe I'll choose this one. The other one that I have that so screams fall or winter to me is Wuthering Heights. Like, this book is like a Christmas time book to me. I've tried picking this up multiple times, but it's really dark and sad, and I just don't love that vibe, especially not for springtime. So I think y'all all know what I'm probably gonna say. I think I'm gonna pick The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. We're gonna add it. I feel like it's the best. Yeah, I feel like it's the best option for what we have on my TBR. Okay, so first prompt done. Let's choose another. Okay, a book set in a different time period. Okay, so this is probably gonna need to be like historical fiction, if I'm being honest. Okay, I get kind of nervous about historical fiction because aside from a few Kristen Hanna books I've read, they tend to be a little bit boring to me. But we're gonna choose one. The Paris Library is set in a different time period. I don't know a lot about it. I actually found this in a free little library near me, so I'm gonna go in blind. I don't really know what it's about, but I think this is the only other one. I do have this book. I have Theo of Golden. We're actually reading this in my in-person book club that I'm a part of, and this is our May book. I have not read it yet. I think we have book club like next week, so I really need to read this. It's bad, but let's see. Is this one set in a different time period? I don't know if this one is, so I think I'm gonna go with the Paris Library because I know this one is. This one is set in 1939, it looks like. So we're gonna go with the Paris Library. Okay, excuse my TBR cart looking really messy. Every time I move the books around, it gets really wonky, but let's choose our next one. Oh my gosh, May is being brutal to me. Okay, a book that intimidates you. To be honest with you, both books we have so far intimidate me. Okay, let's choose it. The reason I haven't gotten to Theo of Golden yet is because it intimidates me, to be quite honest with you. It's a very, like, I think it might be self-published. Actually, a bunch of people at my church recommended it to me. I don't think that it is Christian, but I want to say maybe the author is a Christian, and so he, I think, is friends with somebody at my church. Long story, but this one definitely intimidates me. It's set, I think, in Georgia, and it sounds really good, but I think it has a very deep philosophical meaning to it. It's not just a quick read. It is pretty thick and the words are pretty small. So this one's definitely up there that intimidates me. Okay, another one that intimidates me. Maybe I should have picked this one in my historical fiction in the different time period prompt because I forgot this one, but this one definitely intimidates me. It is called The Dust That Falls from Dreams. I haven't heard anybody talk about this book. I was actually gifted this like Christmas maybe 2 years ago, and it is a historical fiction. It says one of the Times top 10 books of the year, so I'm pretty sure it's probably a good read. This is very outside of my comfort zone. I don't really usually read historical fiction, and I think this book is a lot more, I don't really think there's a romance. I think it might be about siblings or something. So it sounds good. I really don't know a lot about it, but it's definitely outside of my comfort zone. So this one and Theo of Golden. Honestly, anything else on here is easy peasy. I feel like I could tackle in a couple days. So I think I'm gonna have to choose Theo of Golden because it has to be read like this week. So I'm gonna choose Theo of Golden. This TBR jar is killing me. It's being pretty brutal to me. All right, let's hope for an easier one this time. Prompt 4. Yes, okay, a book that was turned into a movie or TV show. I think I know the exact one I'm gonna pick, and if you don't already see it on here and you don't know what's coming out this July, I think it's either June or July, this summer, then that should give you a hint. The book that I really want to pick for this is We'll Always Have Summer by Jenny Han. If y'all don't know, I'm obsessed with the Summer I Turned Pretty series. It has like taken over my life since the TV show came out. I've read this through 2 or 3 times. I read it like every summer. But since season 3 is coming out in like, it's either June or July, I can't remember. I have it in my calendar, but I just need to look and see. But since it is coming out, I want to reread this in May to prepare for season 3. This book is about the season that's coming out. So I have a feeling I'm going to change some things, and I need a whole other podcast episode on talking about that. So comment down below if you're excited about watching it, who you like. Are you Team Jeremiah or Team Conrad? I'm undecided at this point. I was Team Jeremiah, and now I'm like, if you know, you know. Book 3 gets me. We're gonna see what they do in the show. But anyway, I feel like I need to choose We'll Always Have Summer. Let me see if there's anything else. We have Allegiant, this like major throwback. I used to be obsessed with that Divergent series in high school and middle school, but I haven't picked it up. And then, believe it or not, I think I've gotten like halfway through this book like 3 times, and then someone spoiled the ending for me. So also, if you know what happens. It kind of made me not want to finish it, but I need to be able to say that I've finished this series. So I really need to finish this one. So this could be an option. We'll see. All right, the last book that I also have that's been turned into a movie, like I think 2 years ago maybe, is Redeeming Love by Francine Rivers. When I was like 16, I think I finished this book. I either finished it or I read like, I even have it kind of dog-eared. Sorry, I dog-eared my pages, but I have it dog-eared like halfway through. So I read like at least half of this. I feel like I read the whole thing, but I want to read this again. I don't want to count it as read until I know that I've read it again. I think it's a really sweet story. I generally know the premise. I mean, I read most of it, so I kind of know what happens in it, but I want to be able to say that I read this. So we have our 3 options: Redeeming Love, Allegiant, and We'll Always Have Summer. Y'all, I think y'all know I'm gonna have to pick We'll Always Have Summer, especially because it's coming out in like a month or 2, and I want to make sure I get it in. It's super thin, so I'll be able to knock this out in like a day. But this is gonna be our next book. That makes things a lot easier as far as my TBR for me, because that was looking rough, I'm gonna be honest. All right, let's choose number 5. Oh, fun. Okay, a book recommended to you by a booktuber. I know the exact one that I'm thinking of with this, and that would be Lulu's Cafe by T.I. Lowe. I don't know if I'm saying that name right. This book I had never heard of before. I mentioned in my last video that Oshina from Oshina Reads Them All recommended this book in one of her videos like a while back. And I never really thought about it again, but I was in the bookstore and I saw it in like a secondhand bookstore. And I was like, oh, I should just pick that up. It's so tiny. Like it's one of those paperbacks. What are they called? I'll put it on the screen when I remember because I cannot remember what they're called. But this book I've heard is really good. The back looks really sweet. It's about this girl, Leah, who goes to this small town in South Carolina after having a really hard time in her life. I don't really know what happened, but she's leaving a very rough past. And she ends up getting a job at a small cafe in this small town. And I think there's a romance involved, you know. I think it is Christian fiction, I want to say. I don't know anything about it other than that. And she said it was really good, so I may put this one on my TBR. Also from Oshina, she recommended this book, and I've started it a few times and really want to read it, and I feel like it would also be perfect for May. Both of these would be perfect for May as far as the vibes, but this one is My Foolish Heart by Susan May Warren. It's the first in a Deep Haven series. I have the second one too, so I really want to read this. She raves about this book, and I feel like it really would be sweet. I started it and I just didn't really feel like I was in the mood at the time, and so I put it down, but I really do want to get through this. So this one's a good option too. I think these are like more niche ones that are good examples, and they're from the same YouTuber, so shout out Oshina, go follow her. She's amazing. Definitely go watch her videos. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with Lulu's Cafe just because this is silly, but I feel like this cover is very much giving spring/summer, like May vibes. This one almost feels like it's giving fall because with like the orange, like pumpkin-y vibes, and then she's wearing jeans. Of course, this is like a major 2000s outfit, so that doesn't even really apply. But I feel like this is getting more like a fall book. So I think we're gonna hold off this one for a bit and go with Lulu's Cafe. Look how cute. I can literally hold it in one hand. Like it's so tiny. I feel like I'm holding my Kindle. All right, let's choose our last one. Kind of nervous. A book with a one-word title. Gosh. I don't know if do I have those? Okay, I see one right here. We have Windfall. Gonna be honest, not super. I bought this when I was like in high school. This doesn't really seem like my vibe anymore, my cup of tea. I don't love YA anymore, just like straight YA, like with a little romance. It's just a little bit boring to me now, so this is an option, Windfall, but not crazy about it. Ooh. Okay, we might just be choosing this one. Nevermore, The Trials of Morgan Crow. This is a major throwback. It's not even that old, but I just remember right when I was like aging out of middle grade, this book came out and I started it, loved it, and then for some reason, I wasn't super into reading when I was that age, and so I put it down and never picked it back up again, and I still have this book. And I actually saw Abigail's Cup of Tea was raving about this book, and she loved it, and I was like, I've never read a book from her that I haven't loved that she's recommended. I love these vibes. I remember loving it when I was little, so I think I'm gonna choose this one. This one I think is about, it's set in this like dystopian vibe world, but I think there's a little bit of magic, but more like dystopian, but it's middle grade. It's very sweet. I don't think there's going to be anything crazy in it, obviously. So I think from what I remember, this book is about Morgan. She, for some reason, is like blamed for some bad events that happened in her community. I feel like she's cursed or something from what I remember, and so she's going to be sent away or something. And then these mysterious kids come and find her and they're like, come with us, we're gonna take you away. Like there's something more going on here, something like that. So I think I'm gonna choose Nevermore. I've really been excited to get to this. So this is perfect. I'm so glad that this one worked out because I was nervous for a second. Yay! Nevermore is our last book for May. All right, I'm gonna do some reorganizing and then we will go through all the books for our TBR. All right, I've done my organizing. Let's talk about the books that I'm going to attempt to read in May. Okay, first off, we have The Paris Library, The Hobbit, Theo of Golden, We'll Always Have Summer, Lulu's Cafe, and Nevermore, The Trials of Morgan Crow. Alright guys, that is all for this video. Thank y'all so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button down below if you enjoyed this video, and also comment down below and leave a little flower emoji if you enjoyed this video. Bye guys!